Now, a Hutch's weather update with Chief Meteorologist Hutch Johnson, brought to you by Robert Gibb and Sons.
And thank you very much for joining me, Meteorologist Hutch Johnson. We're talking a little bit about our forecast tonight, but first, a note from my sponsors at Robert Gibb and Sons. Did you know that you can add a backup battery and Wi-Fi notifications to your sump pump? Call my friends at Robert Gibb and Sons today. Tell them Hutch sent you. It's better to be informed if things are working or knowing when they're not. Always important, especially with all the rain we've had. Hey, I want to show you something really cool on the radar before we talk about the forecast. We'll look at a couple of models, have the latest numbers for you in your forecast. And there is an exciting announcement that I will be joining you for on Thursday night. I hope you can be there, make plans to be there, and pass the word as Hutch's weather continues to expand. So we're doing that this Thursday at 8 p.m. Hope to see you there. Here's a look at the radar, and I want to show you a couple of little things. We have these little pop-up thunderstorms, and since they're so isolated, there's not much going on around them. We can really clearly see what they're doing out there with all these little faint lines that you see kind of dashing. Right, here's one, and here's one. These thunderstorms form, and they billow up in the atmosphere, and then the rain and hail collapses out of them, and boof, they give out this burp of cool, rain-cooled air, and that burp flows out, and it creates a cloud along the way, a roll cloud. As it rolls away, the radar can pick up that cloud, and that outflow boundary is what that called, is exiting away from the storms. These storms will be diminishing as we head into the evening hours. Let's get to the forecast facts first right here. As you take a look at the morning, temperatures across the region will be in the 50s in the western parts of the Dakotas and low 60s to mid 60s, with the warmest weather right here in the Red River Valley. Light and variable winds on your Tuesday morning. Tuesday afternoon, look at the heat. It is on. Yep, Thief River Falls, 80 degrees. Grand Forks, 80 degrees. 75, though, up in War Road, a little cooler off the Big Lake. 77 off the shores of beautiful Lake Bemidji. How about 87 degrees for your afternoon in the Fargo-Moorhead area? Now, there are some widely ranging temperatures in some areas thanks to spotty thunder showers, whether they happen or not in the 5 o'clock hour. This is a snapshot of the 5 o'clock temperatures. The heat builds out in the big sky country of Montana. Glendive, 91 degrees, 90 in Sydney, and 89 for Williston as you go through your day. Planning forecast looks like this. We'll see Wednesday showers and storms kind of leave the area. Not as widespread. 86 degrees and on our way to 90 degrees. A hotter south wind develops, and it could be a little gusty at times. Friday, we have summer sizzle McDizzle at 94 degrees, and then it's just downright hot through the remainder of your weekend. Saturday and Sunday, both in the 90s to near triple digits. I would not be surprised to see some Dakota triple-digit readings for the weekend ahead, and maybe even on Friday for some. Then a little relief coming Sunday late and into Monday as a cool burp out of Canada will work its way down and drop us into the 80s. Now, what does this look like as we take a look at, what we are expecting with that extended forecast? Let's take a look at a couple of different models. We're going to start with the American model first. And in looking at the American model, I always like to remind you that we do have a little bit less confidence in the forecast facts with this model as we go into the latter periods. But let's take a look at what we're looking at temperature-wise in our area. So pardon me while I zoom into our region. And as I do that, I'm also going to turn on just the temperature outlook because our storm chances are very, very low heading through the upcoming future. Now, as you take a look here, this is your temperatures as we go into the time frame. Let me see here. This is Saturday. Let's start out at now. Temperatures will be climbing as we go through the work week this week. And notice that the afternoon temperatures peaking here on your toasty Tuesday out in eastern Montana and the western Dakotas. And will be downright warm here in the valley. Then as we go into your hump day, looks like that heat spreads just a little farther, particularly in southeast North Dakota and eastern South Dakota with a few upper 80s to near 90 degrees. There will be a cooler little burp of air out in the northern valley, though, thanks to some brief and light north winds. Very quiet. Rain chances decrease on Wednesday. Then, here we go, Thursday. White hot out west. We're talking triple-digit heat. So if you're in Glendive, Montana, if you're in Scobie and Sydney, expect those temperatures to be soaring. Oh, and the heat moves into the valley. Yes, we'll have some 90s out there, out in parts of the James River Valley as well. Now, as we go into the late week, this is our greatest chance. You're looking at Friday in the afternoon. Look at Bismarck, 99 degrees on this computer model. And as we look out into the weekend, Saturday and Sunday, those 90s punch their way into the Red River Valley and make their way into the lakes country with the trees. The trees of Minnesota usually help along with the lakes as well, but it looks just scorching hot. This is the second day in a row of triple-digit heat potential in the Big Sky country of Montana and the Western Dakotas, including the Badlands. And here we go, folks. Look at the numbers on this. I don't know if you can see them. 110 degrees in Lemon, South Dakota. That is just some hot nonsense out there. So hot weather on the way. Does the European model concur? Let me take a look for you. And we're only going to go out through the weekend because any farther than that, we'll just basically say you could take it with a big old grain of salt. So now as we go through, you see the white hot heat building in Montana. This is on Thursday. And it looks hot here in the valley as well on this model. Now, as we go into Friday, look at this. We have that white hot heat with the 80s to near 90 degree readings on Friday. On Saturday, the triple-digit heats hits into Montana, Baker, Montana, Glendive, Montana, and Rapid City, South Dakota, as well as Custer, seeing some hot heat. Now, as we go into the Sunday time frame, looks like a little pool of cooler air works its way from the north on the forecast from the European model out of Canada. And that's why Hutch's forecast does show a retreat in our temperatures here in the Red River Valley on Monday. One more look at that forecast planner for you. Brought to you by my fine friends at Precision Lawn and Landscaping. Hey, if you've had mosquito problems like me, call them today. They can not only take care of all of your lawn maintenance items, by the way, ask them for Hutch's discount on that. New customers get up to 10% off on lawn maintenance items, but they can also take care of mosquitoes. And whether you're here in the FM area, they serve that, the Park Rapids area, as well as you folks in the Detroit Lakes area. Again, Precision Lawn and Landscaping. All right, that's a look at your forecast. And again, I look forward to seeing you and Pedro, you too, Thursday live at 8. It's a scheduled event right here on Facebook. Don't miss it. An exciting announcement from Hutch's Weather. Can't wait to hear your ideas. So bring those too and your feedback. I love to hear it. See you a little later.